Are
Hi,
we
Ben.
live?
Yes, we are. Hi, everybody. Thanks for not unsubscribing so far.
Give it time. They still have a full hour of me and you, or you and me, as you say it professionally.
Mhm. Okay. Yeah. So, any new news in this whole Donna Adelson case this week?
Well, obviously, there was the national broadcast
Yeah.
of the Donna Sue Adelson slash Wendy Jill slash Dan
Mhm.
Markel Dateline, and we'll talk about that. Did you watch it?
Mhm. Yeah, I did. But I think I must have missed a few bits of it because that whole email you showed me turned out to be new. So let me see. I'm so sorry you got this, what do you call it? Copyright claim.
Yeah, no, we're all good. You'll be fine. The video that we have today, we'll just break out parts of it. And
Mhm.
yeah, don't play mine because you may end
Okay.
up
Yeah,
with.
I'm just trying to give your channel some views, even though NBC has been um, pretty tough with these copyright issues, right?
No, we'll,
But
we won ours, so we're okay.
okay, so we'll take this off. Okay, well, thank you. So you created something special.
Well, not really. I mean, you remember that little rascal James was in the Dateline documentary, and my kids were pointing him out because my kids love when my enemies are go against me, and they saw James. They love James because they know that he doesn't like me, and they saw him in this documentary or this episode of Dateline. Now, you said you watched it. There was one new thing that we saw. This was an email written by Donna Sue to Harvey
Mhm.
J. What's his middle name? Is it just J-A-Y or J?
Is it Jerome? Yeah,
No,
because
that was your black boyfriend from high
oh
school.
come on, no, because Charlie's middle name I think is Jay, so Harvey's middle name is Jerome. I'm pretty sure.
The
Yeah.
Jews generally like to name their kids after somebody, and if they can't come up with a name, let's say your grandfather's name was Jerome, and you don't want to name a kid Jerome, they'll use the J and just come up with a name like that.
Hmm. Okay.
But
Yeah,
I
it seems
noticed that
like.
because we saw Harvey J as the email that Donna Sue sent. That was the major revelation in this entire Dateline. But of course, they have to do it for the general public. Most people don't know about the Adelson case. We know everything about it. We know the difference between Tato and Tuto. Most
Yeah.
people have no idea what the hell is going on. So they had to go
Mhm.
through it. And for the most part, it was pretty good and it was well produced. And we saw Murph, the guy from Dateline, was
Dennis.
in.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was in. Yeah, we
Dennis
call him Murph
Murphy.
up here. Yeah,
Oh.
he was there. He lives in Florida apparently, and they gave
Mhm.
him the assignment. Did you ever
Oh.
get to speak to him?
No, he's too big and important. I didn't want to go and bug him, but I did see him on TV a lot. I can't remember. Yeah, maybe he was there when I was there, but there were so many people. So most of the time, you're just sitting there and watching and staying quiet. So it
Yeah. So
wasn't
when we
social
posted
hour.
our video, those little rascals at NBC Universal
Hmm.
issued a copyright, not a strike, but just a copyright. So all the money that was generated would go to NBC. But then we get to appeal the. Actually, we get to just dispute it because it wasn't an official claim, and we won that. So now we have the right to use it on our videos. And yours today is pretty clear too. I had to take out a lot of it just in case because I didn't want you to have any issues.
Oh, okay. Thank you. Yeah, because it totally stinks when you put in so much work and effort, then you get that notice from YouTube, and it's like, great, I either have to cut it out or you can't be monetized on it. So,
Yeah, it's been going on since YouTube has been
mhm,
here for the past 15 years. So you just got to be able to work around that. Obviously, you want to transform the work. You just want to put out Dateline's full episode. Now, if people
exclusive.
want to see it, yeah, a lot of
Mhm.
people are asking me on my channel how to get it. I think that NBC runs a free special, so you can actually like sign up for NBC and just watch
Mhm.
that particular episode if you want to.
Hmm. Okay. Well, I thought eventually they do put stuff for free on their website, but it could take a long time before it shows up. You know, like for example, here, if you just Google NBC Dateline, you can see a bunch of episodes here. See,
Yeah, but we want to watch
October
the Adelson
17th.
one.
I know. So hopefully it'll come out maybe in a couple of weeks or something. So
So
okay.
did you watch it live?
Yes, I did. That's why I missed some of it because I was kind of like multitasking around the house and stuff. So, um, what was it? There was something else new toward the end, which is where Phil Markel mentioned he wanted to take the grandsons to Toronto to take a look at Dan Markel's grave. And he told Wendy she could come too if she wanted to. And her response was, that's not going to happen, or that's never going to happen. So I thought that was pretty cruel and something new also.
Yeah,
Um,
and again, in fairness to Wendy, Jill, you don't know the whole context. And if I would advise Phil and Ruth, it would be to take a total softer approach. Having everyone go up to Toronto at this point would mean forcing Wendy to go up there and her brown boyfriend, whichever one she's dating at the time. It's not going to happen. Now, I've been through family fights like this, and I look back and say that I was very immature in a lot of things. And by him asking Wendy Jill to do that, that's sort of an extreme thing. Now, he could ask just, could we come and see the kids, us travel to you, as opposed to uprooting the kids and going to Canada. But I bet you a lot of your people, a lot of your broads in your community here have had this issue where a parent will withhold the viewing of a grandchild in a spiteful manner for whatever the reason.
hmm, okay.
Yeah, I know in the Asian community you don't really ever see any of this because you have well-disciplined kids that respect their elders.
No,
But
there are,
we,
yeah, there's
yeah,
family strife in all types of families. Yeah. But what generalization were you about to make?
the fact that Asians generally respect their elders way more than the Americans do.
Hmm. So Wendy was just acting out her cultural stereotypes or something by saying it's never going to happen. Well, I think part of the wish was that the kids should see where their father's from and where he's buried. So it's not the same as just saying, oh, we'll just fly over to Texas or something and see the kids, which I don't think she would allow, or it would be pretty rigid and controlled.
Yeah,
So,
my friend that I met in law school, Patrick Cannell, he's represented me. He was into Asian girls, but he ended up marrying a Jewish girl from Toronto. And
oh,
one day, a few weeks ago, we were had a drink together, and he was with. I introduced him to some of my friends, and he's like, "Oh, my kids fly international," and I didn't know that. And then all they were doing is flying up to Canada to see
oh,
the in-laws. You know, so I'm like,
uh-huh,
dude, that's not flying international. I know technically it is, but he was acting as
mhm.
if it's such a big deal. But you have to remember, you would have to uproot Wendy, Jill, and the two boys at this age. You just
She
it's
doesn't
just a
have to
lot.
go. The kids are 15 and 16 now. I think it's safe for them to fly by themselves to Toronto. So it was just like a small thing towards the end where,
Yeah,
it just again shows how mean she is to Dan's parents.
I don't want to look too much into that. I know you always think that I'm defending Wendy, Jill. Just saying we don't know the context, and a lot of parents wouldn't allow their kids at that age, even though they
To fly to
completely can do
Canada?
it.
Come on.
Yeah, yeah. So you take a different
At
approach than I do.
16,
I'm more of
I
a
would
helicopter parent. I wouldn't. I know it's perfectly safe, but I just wouldn't allow my kids to do it, even if we were on good terms with my in-laws.
really? You
Yeah.
wouldn't allow them to go to Toronto to see their grandparents at age
No,
16?
not without me. And you know what? In reality, let's face it, they don't necessarily want to do it too. We have to be realistic. But we talked about this. There will be a time very soon where they can make their own decision. Are they brainwashed completely, or will they potentially avenge their father's death? Now, this is something that boys go through in your mind, and you're not obviously not a man, but if someone harmed your father, it will be in you biologically to want to harm that person. And it's crazy to think about, but it's true. So these boys at some point will have to they have to square what happened and square what their uncle did, what their grandmother did, and really what their mom is protecting them from. So we'll see what happens once they get of age.
Yeah. Well, I mean, something similar happened to Alison Galvani, who has been spotlighted on this channel. So it took her until maybe around the time she got married and when she had a kid, then she started really thinking that perhaps her father was involved in her mother's death. So, who knows if it will happen, but it could take a long time.
Yeah, and you never can really appreciate your parents until you have your own kids. At least that's how it was for me.
Yeah.
But I'm not Asian.
Okay. Well, I mean, it's not that different. Jeez, you always have to make something into some sort of big racial issue. Jeez. Okay.
All right,
So,
let's get into our video.
all right. So you want to show the video? Let's see here. Okay. Thank you for putting this together.
Yeah, and thank you for sending all that video to our editors. Appreciate that.
Oh, okay, sure. We'll see what Vince cooked up here. Okay. Okay. Hopefully it plays right. Let's turn up the volume. Make sure it's not sped up. Okay.
Exactly who is this 75-year-old grandmother?
I'm going to talk to you now about my client, Donna Adelson. She is a normal person. Just like all of us.
She's a terrific human being, believe it or not. She's kind. She's someone I like. She's someone I care about. I would go so far to say that. I've been with her.
You do seem to have an affinity for Donna.
As far as my affinity for Donna goes, it's true. It could be that she has some similarities to my own mother. I definitely have an affinity for Donna that I don't usually have in clients. I care for her very much.
We're both Jewish boys.
She's Jewish.
I'm Jewish.
I'm assuming by your all's names that you're not Jewish or anything? Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm Jewish. You're a miserable Jew and you're going to get what you deserve. Do you remember saying that?
Yep. I know he was a devout Jew.
Yes, I'm Jewish. The thing I could tell you
Miss
is
Judy?
I am very, and I don't.
When was the first time you met a Jewish person?
Well, I never really thought about it because there weren't too many Jewish people in South Georgia where I first grew up.
No.
But there were girls in my class. We went to this nice private school where lots of doctors' kids went to in Albany, Georgia. So sometimes they would make reference to the fact that they were Jewish, but it didn't seem to really, connect to me. Like I had no idea what that was.
Yeah, well, I grew up, obviously, we're commingled. If you say that, and which is Long Island, New York, someone being Jewish it's not, you wouldn't even say it. That's how common it is. But I realized when I went away to college and even in law school, if you move away from the city 100 miles, some people never met a Jewish person in their life. So it's funny for me with this case because there's so many aspects of Judaism and Judy, the Asian attorney, and all the Asians involved commingling into this case, which is part of the appeal for me. But we're talking with two big mama's boys here. Obviously, little Rashi, and the biggest mama's boy I know is Joel in this community. And they're really speaking about their affection for Donna Sue. And if she has narcissistic personality disorder, she has the ability to present herself in a fake manner for a temporary period of time, especially to Jewish boys that are mama's boys.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she was probably flattered by this attention.
I don't know. It sounds like little Rashi's in love.
Well, he liked it too. The two of them, like mom and son, going out to dinner together. I think Rashbaum said his wife even would go out to dinner with Donna. That's how close they got, which is weird. I mean, I don't think you should do that with one of your criminal clients.
Yeah, I had a Jewish roommate in undergrad, and when he would go back home, he would have to keep his girlfriend in a secret a separate place because she wasn't Jewish, and he was afraid to tell his mom that she was a non-Jew.
Okay. Well, did you ever run into people not wanting to be friends with you because you weren't Jewish? Or excluding you?
No, generally it's my bad attitude and my
And your
bad
horrible
demeanor.
sense of humor?
Exactly. That's usually what scares people away. It has nothing to do with what religion I am. Because I never really, they tried to raise me as Roman Catholic, but I just never believed in any of it, like past 12 or 13 years old.
Okay.
Except though, when that plane starts to really rattle, I go right back into believing. I know all the prayers that they taught us as kids, and I believe straight away and very quickly if that plane starts to really shake up and down.
Oh, of
So
course.
I'm very hypocritical when it comes
You're
to
like
this.
starting to pray when the plane is shaking. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, but
Total hypocrite.
did your parents get mad because you didn't want to go to church?
Not at all, because they didn't go. So
So the whole
they're
family
second
stopped.
generation. I'm third generation. It wasn't a big deal.
Okay.
Are
Yeah.
you raising your kids any religion?
Oh no, I'm pretty much agnostic. So
Yeah, me too.
you know, I mean, yeah, when I was younger, we went to different Christian churches, and I have relatives that are very religious, but it just was something I didn't get into. So,
And I found out that Judy's rich father, King George, who obviously paid for that private school you just told us about that had Jewish kids in Georgia, which it has to be the only private school in Georgia with Jewish kids.
no, there are a lot in Atlanta. We're talking about South Georgia.
Right. I
Yeah.
can't believe there would be one. So you must have been really uppity in terms of your schooling. But unfortunately, your mother did pass away, but your dad remarried a younger Asian from church.
Well, but that's not the right summary. But whatever. Nobody cares about our personal background.
How many years younger
okay?
was she?
I'm trying to think because she's only about 2 or 3 years older than my older sister. So that means she was
Really?
born around 1969 or in
Oh.
1970, which
Really?
makes her
Wow.
about,
I was born in 1977.
I think she's like 56.
Wow. King
She's about
George got a.
Yeah, but see, it made me feel a little bit better when I met her and she didn't look hot. Like, she didn't look like a floozy. She just looked like this, like, kind of frumpy, mom type figure, and she was very friendly. So,
Did she have other kids?
yeah, she has a grown son. So she was divorced long time ago. Yeah,
Yeah,
and
so
she
you
was
have a
working
brother.
as a housekeeper.
That's-
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Working as a housekeeper, and she snagged an older
Yeah,
Asian
I know.
doctor.
Seriously, it was pretty obvious why she married him. But why are we getting off topic again? Let's talk more about this Jewish mother and Jewish son relationship.
Okay, let's go
instead
back
of
to the
my
video.
personal
Try and stay on
issues.
track, Judy.
No,
Miss
you
Judy.
stay on track. Jeez, always asking these weird personal questions. Gosh. Okay, now how do I get back to this? Okay, do it. Okay.
So many of my colleagues here actually tease me about this. I don't usually become as emotionally involved as I am with Donna Adelson. And the reason being is because I am truly fond of her.
If you're going to try somebody, you want to make sure your evidence is as good as it possibly can be.
Did you have anything to do with the murder of Dan Markel?
No, ma'am.
Go after the low-hanging fruit first.
The Adelsons had given her thousands of dollars.
When is the first time that you met Charlie Adelson?
Katie said no.
I was working at a dental office in South Beach.
At that time in 2013, what were you doing at Sophie Dental? What was your job description?
Basically, we have, we service the people and like take pictures, like dance a little bit, I guess, for the customers, and then just make them feel special.
Okay. Now, part of your job is how you dress, right?
Yes, ma'am.
It's expected you to dress provocatively
Yes, ma'am.
with probably as little clothes as is allowed
Yes, ma'am.
without you being arrested or anything, right?
Yes. I was working in front desk, reception.
That
just
reminds
have
me,
What?
I need to get my teeth cleaned. That just reminds me.
Well, how was your crown appointment? Is everything okay?
Yeah, I had to get a crown on a cracked tooth. I wish I could say like I cracked it in a fight, but I cracked it on a hard pretzel.
A pretzel? Jeez, I've never heard of anyone cracking a tooth on a pretzel before.
Yeah, unfortunately I
Wow.
did. So Sophie Dental sounds like a great place. I know it's Miami and they're very liberal down there.
Well, this is where I felt like I had to break in and say, look, this is an edited video that Vince put together for comedic purposes, and today's show is for entertainment purposes. So
I don't know
take
what
it
you're
seriously.
talking about.
Because on your videos where you showed this before, there are so many people that were like, wow, I didn't know they had dental practices like that. Wow, did they really wear bikinis at the dental office and dance?
Do you know, it's a good point. Like, why don't they? I would go for cleaning way more often if that was the case.
Yeah, so you'd like some young woman wearing a bikini hovering over you while, cleaning your mouth out and stuff and spraying.
No, I'm not like your dad. Did you go to high school with your new mom?
No, she grew up in Taiwan. They live in Taiwan. So.
We have a super chat that you missed.
Oh, so somebody wants you to say something, right? She flight 9. Thank you for being here. Will you please say garage?
Garage. In the...
It was on a Sally port.
The Sally Port garage.
Yeah, and what the heck is a Sally port? I
actually
never
did
heard
look that
anyone
up.
Say that.
Yeah, I looked it up. It has to do with some form of method for maintaining a portion of a fort, and that's why they call it a Sally port. And again, my definition is not that great because I don't fully understand it. However, it had something to do with the way you fortified a particular area, and that's the genesis of the word Sally port. And that's why they call it when they transfer something into the jail and then they close one door and then they open the other. Yeah,
okay.
And it's not the exact reason if you look it up, but I did look it up at one point. I did know the exact reason.
Yeah. I just
And what is that
Googled
next
it.
person saying?
Yeah, it's a secured, controlled entry and exit point in a fortification or prison. Yeah. Okay. What's going on?
How dare you?
What?
How come I
Oh.
see super?
Why is she saying "How dare you"? Thank you, Oso Mommy. What does that mean?
I don't know.
Is this a bunch of like inside jokes or something? Okay, but thank you. Okay, so let's see.
So back
Let's
to
go
the
on.
the dental place there. If your dentist and all the dentists look like Sanford, your FBI boyfriend, you would be going in more often too.
Okay. All right, let's play this.
Yes.
It didn't require you to have any specialized knowledge in dentistry.
No, ma'am.
What was a good night for you?
I can walk out of there with $1,000 to $1,500.
No blood money from the Adelson, she said. Not even for that augmentation surgery. Charlie didn't pay for that.
How did you pay for your breast implants?
Well, from my cash tips.
Were you involved in any way in a plot to kill Dan Markel?
No.
Do you have any knowledge of anyone being involved in a plot to kill your husband?
No.
As to Ms. McBanoa, I will declare this case mistried.
Miss Judy? I know that we had the enhanced audio of Dolce Vita, but it seemed to me that when I watched this, Charlie was making a clear admission, which I didn't appreciate before I saw this Dateline episode.
What admission?
It's in the next portion. Here he's saying they didn't mention my name, which makes me think there's a portion where he actually references himself, and I didn't appreciate that before I saw this.
Oh, okay. So do you want me to play this?
Yeah, keep a little bit.
Okay.
Two crimes occurred. The first one, the state knows about. The other one, they don't know about. But before we get there, I like cliffhangers.
Listen, this is all my fault. I spoke in too much detail about your family's personal problems, about your sister, Dan Markel and the $1 million offer. I'm like, what are you talking about? And she's like, my friend killed Dan, and he wants to be paid $250,000.
What happened next?
I stood up and I started cursing it. I went,
Charlie, you like to talk a lot, right?
yeah, I didn't realize how much I talk until I listened to all those tapes, and evidently I do. I mean, I knew I liked to talk, but didn't realize how much.
How did you first meet Catherine Magbanova?
She started working the front desk of a dental office that I worked at.
Who initially pursued who?
I pursued her.
Why did you ask her out? Why did you ask her out?
Katie was really cute. She was friendly. She went to the same. She actually graduated from UCF, also different time, but she graduated from there. She was a really smart girl. I mean, she was extremely smart and witty, and that's why I pursued her.
Did you ever see a possibility of marriage with her?
No, I didn't.
Do you see she texts you and says, "You've mentioned me to your mom"?
Yes.
Do you see that you respond, "Yes"?
Yes, I do.
Do you see that she responds, "That made me so happy"?
Yeah, she took it the wrong.
What do you think about that?
Break in and say, well, first of all, that little Asian theme song, that doesn't match up because that's not Filipino sounding. She's Filipino. So you're getting all the ethnicities all mixed up with your wacky Asian-ish jokes.
How many times do I have to tell you that white people don't know the difference? We don't know. Now, why wouldn't he be honest and just say that I only date Oriental girls? He never mentioned that once. Oh, she's smart. She's an alumni of UCF.
Because he has dated non-Asian women, and the baby mama is not Asian. She's white. So,
which is very interesting, and I wonder if that was on purpose.
I don't think so, because according to June, he also wanted to have a baby with her, but she didn't want to unless they were at least engaged, which is a good thing. So, whereas the baby mom, I guess she was okay with having a kid without being married.
Was she just placating him there when she was acting as if she was excited that he mentioned her to his mom? Or was she just really into him?
Telling the truth, because she was probably so happy to finally get this rich, educated dentist boyfriend, you know, even though he was probably just using her for sexual gratification, but she was using him too. So compared to Sigfredo, Charlie was a huge catch, you know, because Sigfredo was broke and he was constantly unemployed and not helping her financially with the kids. So she's all desperate and stuff. So I'm sure she was so excited to date Charlie.
It is weird too, because he is referencing the fact that they both went to UCF, University of Central Florida, the Golden Knights, I believe. And she's working all these low-end jobs, despite the fact that she probably graduated from that college. I know there's a little controversy whether she graduated or not.
That's a surprise that Charlie said she did graduate, but maybe that's true, maybe it's not, but her best friend wasn't sure.
Yeah, I was just hoping Charlie would be more honest and just say,
she was a hot Filipino girl, and that was what he preferred.
Exactly, just be honest.
Because she did look really pretty back in those days, 2013.
I totally agree. Out of all the girls, I think she's prettier than June.
Well, maybe in 2013, but not these days.
Well, you never know. I mean, she has an opportunity now to maybe get out. So how does that work? Because she did cooperate. If she's going to get a reduced sentence, how would she even know about it?
Well, they wouldn't even discuss it until the whole bunch of Dan Markel murder trials are completed. So they have to make sure she doesn't look like a tainted, biased witness. So so far, she
Yeah.
has
So now that
no.
we're done, do they approach her and
We're
say,
not done. We're not done yet, remember? Because if they might arrest Wendy, then they would still need Katie to testify. So
that reminds us that, and me and you, we both have a bet that if she's not arrested by December 31st, 2025, we know what we each have to do.
yeah, and I told you, see, I planned way ahead, and I couldn't resist this great deal at Burlington Coat Factory. It was on clearance for $7.99. This bikini. Can you believe it? It was only $7.99. So not that I think that Wendy isn't going to be arrested, but I couldn't resist this great bargain. So I had to go ahead and buy it. So,
I don't know if I'm going to choose. Now, the deal is I get to choose it. That looks like it has way too much fabric for...
Little shorts. Little
Yeah,
shorts.
yeah. That
Crisscross design on the side.
That probably won't work. So you don't have any confidence in all your attorneys said that she was going to get arrested. You don't seem so confident now.
No, I am confident, but I can't resist a good deal because I happen to be browsing and I was like, what's on clearance? And lo and behold, they had one sort of bikini outfit that was only $7.99. So who wouldn't buy it? Okay, so I got that there, but I still have confidence that Wendy is going to get arrested, mainly because Dave Herrenberg and Katie Bogenschutz both thought that there's a 95% chance that she is going to get arrested within
maybe
a couple
we'll
of
see.
months. Yeah. So tell the audience what you're supposed to do if she does get arrested.
I have to do the show topless and without a hat. And again, I just have to put that logo of Puma somewhere, but I'll figure that out. So if Wendy Jill is arrested, then I got to start losing about like 10 pounds before that happens.
Okay. Well, we could always give you a few weeks from the time of arrest before you have to fulfill the promise. Okay.
All right. I appreciate that.
Okay. Yeah, I'll have to show something later. Okay. But let's continue with this.
There was another super chat that you keep missing.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm being totally distracted here. Puma pasties, Vince, someone says.
In a super chat?
What is this? Ugg? Okay. I don't like Uggs, by the way. You know those boots?
Yeah, me neither.
That look really chunky? Yeah. Happy Tuesday. Thanks for the laughs. Will you be following any other trials? Yeah. Well, I mean, a lot of trials are not televised live. So we have to look towards Florida.
Yeah. It's either that or pay attention to our jobs and our family, which we don't want to do. We'll follow something else. There are a few others on the radar, but I want to get back into this because this was a big moment for all of you. After 11 years, you got your NBC Dateline.
Yeah, well, they have had previous specials before, so it wasn't earth-shattering, but it was okay. Yeah, so, but I think I will follow the Jared Burdigan trial. So that's, I think, in January, sometime next year. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, let's play.
What? Who's your friend that did this? And she's like, I don't want to say. And she's like, look, if you don't pay in 48 hours, they will kill you.
Donna and Harvey Adelson love to go on extravagant vacations.
Coming soon to a prison near you.
Oh, it's Sanford.
Oh, I have to pause over there. Let's admire that. I think the federal law enforcement, they get paid to work out because that's part of the job. My brother-in-law was former federal law enforcement, so they had a gym at the office, and that was part of their job is to exercise. Isn't that great?
What's that vibrating noise I hear?
I'm just sitting here with the computer and a mouse. Okay.
I think it's very inappropriate for you to zoom in on Sanford Special Agent Sanford's ass.
Okay, let's keep playing it. Okay, no disrespect here.
As Donna and Harvey made their way toward the plane, Tallahassee FBI agent Pat Sanford, leading a team of officers, some of them undercover, pounced. It breaks my heart that I can't see them or even pictures of them on this special day.
Okay.
One way we can sort of get around and transform this is to have my friend Morgan read some of this, and that's what you're hearing now. But this is the email that I never saw before this episode. Did you see it before?
No, I never even heard about it. So thanks to Gary, one of my subscribers, he left a comment about it, and I was like, oh, geez, I guess I wasn't watching the screen just when they showed this. So thanks for showing it to us. Did you want to read this?
Yeah, we know what you were watching, and you missed this, obviously, because it came right after.
Okay. Let's see. Hold on. Let me see if I can toggle between stuff. So you want me to put on this outfit? I did spend money on it, so I might as well use it. Yeah.
Of course.
Okay.
So Judy bought a outfit for us to read Donna Sue Adelson's email. And this email, I'm not sure how they got it, but it is very telling into the mind of someone that has extreme narcissistic personality disorder.
Okay,
And
hold on. I have to
go
take
ahead.
out my earplugs.
Maybe that's what was causing the vibration when Sanford was on the
This one.
screen.
And I don't know if I should bother putting on that ridiculous gray wig that Mona bought me, because it doesn't look right. But thank you, Mona. Mona mailed me this. I kept telling her.
Oh, if she mailed, no, then you got to put it on. We could take time and.
But it doesn't look authentic. Yeah. Okay. Oh, I don't have anything to tie my hair back, so how the heck do you do this?
Oh, I can't wait till January 1st.
I don't even know how you put this darn thing on. Is it? It feels like I'm wearing some sort of dead animal on my head. God.
It looks great. You actually do look like Donna Sue.
No, this looks ridiculous. But I think I'll wear it for Halloween. So thank you, Mona, for taking the time and money to send me this thing. Okay, does not.
Can
look
you
like...
zoom in on that? Because I can't
What?
see it, so you're gonna have to read it. But
Oh,
on the,
I don't even know how to zoom in. I'm sorry.
it's okay if you can't. But
Ugh.
I do want you to read the actual email.
Okay. So it is easier for me to talk in a fake accent. So this is ridiculous. Why am I doing this? Okay. Text of the email Donna wrote to her husband. Was it August 10th or something? 2024. Okay. First day of school. This will be the first time that I don't get to see the boys and take pictures on their first day of school. It breaks my heart that I can't see them or even pictures of them on this special day. Please tell them that I'll be thinking about them and wishing them both a good start to their school year. They had a fun summer with activities, camp, and friends, and now it's time to get to work. Please tell them if I get a fair trial, I'll get out of jail and come to see them in Austin.
Miss Donna,
Yes.
I do want to cut you off through certain parts of this. So the first part was something a grandmother would say, and I remember this. On New Year's Eve one day, there was an Asian family sitting next to us at the steakhouse they were at, and the grandmother wished each of them to work hard. So it wasn't like Happy New Year. It was work hard. And she was serious about it. That was the motive. And you can hear sort of that in Donna Sue's message. The summer you had fun with your friends, but now it's time to get to work. And you have to say she does raise successful offspring, Donna Sue. I mean, some are successful at killing or not so much. So, but they are all successful in terms of their profession. So I always remembered that, because it was probably a first generation immigrant and they were Asian next to us doing that. And you're seeing that here. But then she moves right into the self-serving part, which you're getting into.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, let me continue. Where are we? If not, I want them to do the best they can because that will make me happy. If the state convicts me, like they did to their uncle, for a crime I had no part in, I want them to remember all the fun things we did together. I do not want them to visit me in prison. I just want them to remember the good times. If I don't get out, then what? Sorry. If I don't get out, then something. Sorry. Not going up right. Okay. Please remember this. I'm holding on the best I can. Every day is a challenge. I believe that I should come home, but I'm realistic too. We all saw the 2-hour deliberation and the decision to put my son behind bars for life. This is still Tallahassee. Kappelman is still the hometown Southern sweetheart prosecutor who's gotten convictions on everyone in this case. She just wants another notch in her belt. She doesn't care about the truth. This is vigilante justice. And these jurors have to go back to their friends, neighbors, and coworkers and explain why they wouldn't convict another Adelson. It's easier to just convict and be done. Thank you for being strong and hanging in there with me. I love you more than you could imagine. Thank you for being you. I love you so much. Donna Sue.
Oh, God. Very good. Very, very great read. I got to turn my lights on. Hold on one second, but great job.
Okay, this is ridiculous. I'm sorry, guys. But thank you, Mona, for giving me this wig, because I never would have purchased it myself. Okay.
So how did they get that email, and how did we all miss it?
Well, I guess a FOIA request.
Yeah, but everyone makes those.
Yeah,
we're supposed to be
not
making
everyone.
those.
No, not everybody makes those FOIA requests. Yeah, I have no idea. But it wasn't an important piece of evidence in Donna's trial, so I think that's why it didn't come out until Dateline asked for it. Yeah.
What message do you think Harvey conveyed to the grandkids after reading that?
Yeah, he probably said the same story, that, you know, sometimes the system is not working right and this is horrible. Your father wouldn't have stood for this, and, you know, the people in Tallahassee are so biased and they hate us. So
yeah,
they
and I
probably
wonder if
brainwash the kids. Yeah.
That's the thing. I wonder if the boys are really going to fall for that.
Probably for now, because that's all they know. And they've seen their grandparents as loving, wonderful people who raised them. Yeah. Let me take out these little earbuds, so I can take off this jail outfit. Okay, hold on. Okay. So I can't hear you. Hold on.
The bathing suit I choose is going to be a lot easier to get on and off.
What are you saying?
No, nothing. There's a super chat.
Oh, okay. Thank you, guys. So sorry. Okay, thanks for laughing along with us. Some people get really disgusted when there's comedy. Thank you, Teresa. Oh, Vince is looking as buff as Pat Sanford. Whoa. Okay, really? How would they know? You're always covered in some thick sweatshirt, except that one time you wore the polo shirt. Yeah.
I'm not a piece of meat like Sanford.
Okay. You know you love it. All these like old true crime broads that are slobbering over you in the chat and throwing money at us. Well, if you want some of the money, let me know so you can buy a bagel or something, right?
No,
So-
give it to James, a little rascal.
Well, I have given him money, you know, as little donations and parts of the revenue and stuff. So,
Yeah, I know.
Okay. So is there more?
Yeah.
Yes? Okay.
The state convicts me like they did to their uncle for a crime I had no part in. I want them to remember all the fun things we did together. I do not want them to visit me in prison, If I don't get out, then hopefully I die soon so that no one remembers me in prison garb behind bars.
Unbelievable. So that's the whole email. If you don't have to stop it, but if people want to
John
stop and read
Singer
it.
is an attorney.
Now, they bring in this guy, John Singer. What firm is he from?
Well, he has his own firm now. It's called something like Singer and Deutsch in New York City. So he's sort of famous because he was in the news as one of those like Me Too movement attorneys. So he
Well, I
seems
know
to
the
have
firm
made a
Singer
name.
Deutsch. Singer
Oh,
Deutsch.
you do?
Yeah. Yeah, because I had one of my old law partners that I worked for in the summer eventually worked there. It wasn't as if like he was an employee. I don't know, it was a little like a weird situation. I don't know what's up with the firm or not, but I've heard of them before. So I've never heard of this guy in this case before.
No, he's shown up a bunch of times on Surviving the Survivor. And we were actually guests together a long time ago when I could speak better. So, yeah. But he said something like his wife is friends with some of Wendy's friends or her former friends. So that's why he was kind of drawn into this whole case.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I know the firm.
Mhm.
It's pretty big, right?
I'm not sure, but he was definitely in the news for, representing some pretty high profile clients. Penn
Well,
Plaza.
la-di-da.
Yeah. Yeah. So anyway.
All right, well, keep playing my thing. I
Okay.
don't care about.
Okay. Yeah. We're just trying to advertise for John Singer, even though he sort of backhandedly, politely declined to be on my show. So
Really?
yeah, I told you, like I had asked him, and he just didn't respond for quite a while, and then said he was too busy because of summer or something. And then
Please.
2 weeks later, he shows up on Surviving the Survivor.
Yeah, and NBC calls and he jumps like a dancing monkey.
Well, I'm sure he was flattered, because he's sort of addicted to the case too. Yeah.
Okay, so I thought I didn't know if he was as much as everyone else.
I don't think as much as everyone else, but he has been on Surviving the Survivor at least maybe five plus times. Yeah. Okay, let's watch this.
Attorney and legal analyst who followed the trial.
Was for the purposes of somehow connoting that Donna wasn't involved.
And it seems like Dateline excluded all the females and non-white males from any part of this episode with regard to analyzing it over the past 11 years.
We, the jury, find the
Judy?
defendant is guilty of first degree.
And in case
Yeah.
you didn't know, Donna was found guilty.
Yeah.
Do you feel slighted at all by Dateline not asking any of the old timers in this case, which include yourself, that have been around since the beginning virtually?
Well, I mean, I wasn't around at the very beginning. It was James, mentor lawyer, and I'm not even sure if he was asked. He could have been asked and declined. I'm not sure, but I admit my voice is just so horrible that a lot of times I don't want to be showcased on these big platforms because it's just so difficult to speak. So I feel more comfortable on my own channel instead of going on national TV. So
Yeah, and I wonder how many people actually watch it, because YouTube has a bigger reach, obviously, and there are YouTubers that have a bigger reach than a television broadcast on this particular topic. So I wouldn't do it. Not that I was asked to do it, but I wouldn't do it, especially for free. And they can get any one of these dancing monkeys to do it for free. I realize now that they basically use free labor because so many people are willing to go on television and not get compensated.
Okay. Are you sure you would have turned them down?
100%.
I mean, if Dateline came calling, maybe not just about this case, but something else, you probably would be flattered and
No.
say, sure, I'll be on the show, get all made up and, broadcast on national TV.
Not happening.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
You'd rather do Loophole Lawyer and your own channel, huh?
Exactly.
Okay.
Murder.
Only if and when everybody involved is brought to justice.
I think I just feel kind of honored to be able to deliver this win for the Markels.
But there is enough circumstantial evidence to infer that Wendy took affirmative steps to help further the conspiracy. There was no reason for her to send that to Dan Markel unless it were to ensure that he was in fact going to be in town.
Cui bono.
Who benefited from this awful thing?
Right, and does common sense tell you that her family was going to have her ex-husband murdered without her imprimatur?
I swear to you on my life,
Miss Judy?
I was involved with Danny's murder.
I had to look up that word imprimatur. I had no idea what the hell he was talking about. But apparently this guy, Singer, is on your side and believes that those two pieces of evidence are enough to imply that Wendy Jill Adelson knowingly had her ex-husband killed.
It's not just those two pieces of evidence. Like I said before, I did 2 separate live streams with Joe Patuto and Don Taquisto, probably a total of 5+ hours, where we discussed all the reasons why we believed Wendy was involved in Dan Markel's murder. And then since the trial, there's been even more little puzzle pieces that have come out that make it look pretty suspicious for her. So
how did you kill 4 hours and 55 minutes?
What?
How did you kill 4 hours and 55 minutes?
Because there was so much to talk about. And it was 3 of us broads, right? We have lots to talk about. So hope you guys will watch those previous live streams from, I don't know, I feel like it was before Donna's trial, maybe, but it was several months ago.
And I hope you broads watch on in January when Judy's in the bikini that I choose, not some big ass $7 bikini that she thinks she's gonna get away with wearing.
It's a great deal. The top is skimpy. You know, it just looks like a regular bikini with triangular little tops, and then it ties in the back.
There's enough fabric there
There's
to keep
nothing
10
wrong
homeless
with this.
people warm in the winter.
No, it doesn't. Jeez. I mean, whatever. I mean, at the very least, this will encourage us to not become total lard butts over the holidays, right?
Yeah,
Isn't
look,
that
you have
good
nothing to worry
incentive?
about. I'm sure Wendy Jill will be arrested because all you experts know for certain, after 11 years of all this evidence, that somehow, some way, she's going to be arrested.
Yeah, because finally her mom has been convicted. So she should be the next in the train car.
Is that how it works?
Yeah, that's how the prosecution has worked, one by one. They got the low-hanging fruit first, and then finally Katie turned. So it's been a good strategy.
Okay,
Yeah.
we'll see.
Okay.
You're probably right.
Are we done?
No, keep going.
Oh,
We can arrange for the boys come to Toronto, and she said that'll never happen.
I know that's your dream right there. Miss Judy, can you stop it right there? Last week, you sent this to me, and someone was accusing me of being racist. Do you remember this?
yes. Mhm.
Yeah, that Jersey girl. So
Yeah.
what I did was I had to get some proof that I wasn't racist, and I called up a friend, and we did a quick interview.
Okay. What is this? This is not tie-app again, is it? Poor guy. I mean, I know he'd never watch my channel. You know, we've lost touch over the years, but
Just to
it's not-
remind everyone, Tyab was the black kid that Judy was in love with, but she couldn't date because King George, her dad.
No, that's not the truth. Will you stop exaggerating?
Well, you said he
Gosh.
wouldn't allow you to date black kids.
But we didn't even get to that point. You know, he didn't know that I had the hots for him, and I wasn't
But
gonna
then,
come out.
but then we learned today that George is dating someone basically Judy's age.
Well,
and
she's older, but close
by 2
very close to
years.
my older sister's age.
Yeah, she was a junior when your sister was a freshman in high school.
Hmm.
So I don't think it's fair that King George restricts you, but he can date any young Asian floozy that's at the church.
That's because he's like in his 80s now. He's lonely and he needs a nursemaid.
Okay. Well, here's my proof that I'm not racist.
Let's get back. I'm sure Jersey Girl unsubscribed from both of us. If
She's watching right now. I see her right here.
No, she's not. Yeah, I don't think she ever commented on my channel. So.
What's up, player? Good to see you again.
Oh, yo, what it be? Good to see you again, Vince.
I won't take up much of your time. I just want to clear up a little controversy that we have. Yo, get this. One of her fans from New Jersey claims that I'm racist. As my one black friend, can you tell her I'm not?
Tell Jersey Girl to chill.
Because this is our only second time rapping together, can you confirm Miss Judy's CompuServe screen name?
Me love you long time.
That is correct. How's the job going?
You know how it be, Vince. Every day I be hustling. Y'all heard.
Since I have you here, do you have a message for Miss Judy that you want me to convey?
Tell Miss Judy to holler at me tonight.
Thank you, brother, so much for vouching for me. I'll talk to you later.
Yo, talk to you later, gangster. Play on player.
Come on. God. Is this copyright free?
Yes, and take that, Jersey Girl. Now that proves that I'm not racist, right?
Right. Okay. Well, once again, for people who are thoroughly confused, my high school friend Tyab, who was a year ahead of me, he actually went to Harvard, and then he got an MBA from Syracuse. So he had some high up, what is it, New York State government type job in New York City. So anyway,
yeah, no, we just saw his officer. So I was able to track him down and do an interview a few weeks ago. But then I was accused of being racist, even though I'm part black, as you know, and I have a Jamaican mother that's not biological. And I have now one black friend who vouched for me, saying I'm not black. I mean, sorry, I'm not racist.
I don't think he's really your black friend if you just met him for the sake of this YouTube thing, right?
Yeah,
stuff.
And I always find myself thinking that I will say, if they accuse you of something, you could say, well, I have a gay friend or something to that effect. I mentally do it. I know people make fun of it, but now we clearly can just put that to bed, Jersey Girl. I am not racist.
Okay. Hey, I think this is really Shadrick. Welcome, Shadrick. This is great. I have asked Shadrick several times if he would like to be on our show or on my show. So if you change your mind, please let me know.
Yo, Shadrick, believe it. Come on the show.
Yeah, thanks for following the case. Yeah, and for testifying like you did back in the first trial. So I'm pretty sure that is really Shadrick Nobles.
It is, and he is my favorite witness. He was probably the most honest witness besides Tato, sorry.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I loved it when he asked Sam Zengane if he knew how to cook crack, or do you know how crack is made? He's like, what the hell? Do you?
And I love when he's talking, Shadrick, when you're calling the white attorneys little buddies, I love it, man. He was the best. And the way Shadrick strut out of the court, just everything about Shadrick I absolutely love. In fact, I watch all of his videos that he posts some, even Shadrick, the one of you hanging off of the garbage truck, I love. And he's got a few others that I'm just a huge fan of Shadrick. I subscribe to both his channels.
Yeah. And the dancing, him and his friends dancing in the street or on the truck, that was pretty cool too. Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah. Well, us brothers like to dance.
Yeah. Oh, somebody wants to know, is your Jamaican mom okay because of a hurricane? Well, she's here. She's here in the U.S.
Yeah,
right?
She's here. So
does she still have family, relatives there?
In St. Anne Parish, which is sort of near Dunn's River Falls, is how all the white people know when they go over there. They climb up these waterfalls there. Have you ever been to Jamaica?
No, never. So you've been there before?
Yeah, I've been there a few times.
Oh, okay. Did you like it? What was it
Yeah,
like?
I mean, the only bad thing about it is Jamaicans. It's a beautiful island, though.
Well,
That's
what
a
do you
joke.
mean? Like, I heard there's a lot of crime and corruption there.
Not
Did you
really. I
ever
mean,
feel unsafe?
yeah, because everyone's darker than me, of course. But the main thing is just drugs for the most part. I mean, there is violence in some areas, but for me, it was the drug culture. I've never done a drug in my life. Have you ever smoked pot in your life?
No.
Yeah, me
Despite going
neither.
to Berkeley. Yeah.
Yeah, you went to Berkeley?
Yes, I think I mentioned that before.
Yeah, I
So-
know. We all know that you're. No, go ahead.
Thank you, Teresa. Thank you.
I'm working. We know now, last week you failed to tell us about this guy that you met at a conference. I'm trying to get an interview with him. I know I was able to get to your black boyfriend, but Shadrick, stay tuned. Next week, I believe we're going to have a white guy that Miss Judy, sat down next to and was so attracted to. She said she would have slept with him that night, no questions asked, but she didn't have.
Vince, you're totally going off topic, and people actually have relevant questions to ask, which I think we should focus on instead of talking about our personal lives from.
All right, well,
20
yeah, but
to
what was the
40
name of the
years
conference?
ago. It was some sort of continuing legal ed class. It wasn't a real conference, and I had.
But what was this? What was the subject?
Construction defects and mold problems. So it was kind of
Oh.
like marketed to attorneys as well as people in the construction industry. So
Yeah, because a guy, two people contacted me today. One went to the construction defect CLE, but another said it was for criminal law. I didn't know if they were lying to me or not, so I have to vet them out because I didn't want to interview the wrong person. All right, good. So hopefully
Okay,
next week I can get them.
Okay, please stop straying off topic because people are all gonna leave. Now I know someone had a legitimate question, a legal question here that we should answer to bring some value to the viewers. If Wendy is convicted, can you explain how her Oh, well that's if she is actually arrested and brought to trial. So Joe Patuto, the law professor, has explained this repeatedly whenever she comes on my shows as well as Surviving the Survivor. So it's only the information that she gave while she was on the stand at previous trials that can't be used against her, as well as any evidence derived from what she said on the stand. But I don't think that really creates a big problem because if you look at her testimony, she has repeatedly been very evasive on the stand, or else she's just saying stuff that they already know the answers to. So I don't think it creates a huge problem in prosecuting her.
What
That's
size
just my
bikini do
opinion.
you wear? Like if I'm looking up bikinis,
I don't know, but do they come in number sizes or just
I have
general
no idea.
small, medium? This one. Let's see. Are
that
you
one's not
impressed?
going to
I
work.
got it for $7.99. It still has the red clearance tag on it. Burlington
looks
Coat
like it.
Factory. Yeah,
You should donate that.
it's fine. This is medium. This is medium. But in terms of number sizes, it's so hard to decide because some companies like Land's End, they make things really small. So there were times I got like a size 4 from Land's End that was way too tight. And sometimes even size 6 was still too tight. So I was like, what? Am I a size 8? You know, that's insulting. I thought these days, most manufacturers, they'll try to flatter women by saying this is, for example, a size 6, but it used to be a size 10 20 years ago. So that's why it's so hard.
Shadrick. Don't worry about
Yeah.
that. Shadrick, she's going to have to wear a bikini if Wendy Jill is not arrested by December 31st. That's why I'm asking. I'm going to actually have Shadrick pick it out for you.
Oh, yeah, right. Okay. If he'll talk to us, because he'll show up in the chat sometimes in these Markel case YouTube lives, but then whenever I asked him to come on for an interview, he declines or ignores me. So Yeah.
Well, now that he
Oh,
knows you have a black co-host, he'll change his mind. We stick
okay.
together.
Okay, how are you black, Vince? You said your Jamaican mother isn't your biological mother. I've known Jamaicans and black Africans who do not associate with black Americans. Do you feel
Oh,
like
I know
answering
him
this?
too. Trust me. If you want to see real racism, talk to a Jamaican that lives here in the United States. I said I was 1/17th African. It has nothing to do with my biological mother, though. Sorry, my Jamaican mother.
Okay.
And we have another super chat too.
Oh, okay. Well, thank you. Okay. Judy, you are so rude. A size 8 is insulting. No, I meant for myself, not in general about other people. I meant for myself that I was kind of taken aback when this one manufacturer had their sizes so tiny that, I had to size up multiple sizes. So
It is
that's not
true
flattering
because,
to the
yeah,
consumer.
just like we knew you would not sell one 23andMe in China, do they even have medium and large sizes for Chinese women in China?
Yeah, that's what makes it really hard to shop in Asia because, for example, when my sisters and I go to Taiwan, most of the street stall clothing is sort of like a Taiwanese one size fits all type of size, which in the US would be like a size small or extra small because the people there are like stick thin.
Yeah, I like that.
And it makes me wonder, it's like what happened to us once we came to the United States, because you can usually tell someone who grew up in the USA versus someone who grew up in Asia because the Americans are so much chunkier, so yeah, it's something we all struggle with. My friends
Well, I
and
hope you don't
have
have
all
any
talked about it.
chunky broads in your community because I'm not offending them now. Apparently you are.
Huh? Oh, okay.
I hope
Why
you have
are
no
people
chunky
getting-
American broads.
Okay, we should stop talking about this.
Nah,
Then
it's
I'll
time to
lose
go though.
more
It's been
subscribers.
This was the
Wait.
the best hour we had so far.
Okay, thank you. Well, getting back to real news. Okay, this isn't that earth-shattering, but those of you who care about Harvey Adelson's lawsuit, you can see here that there is going to be an exciting motion to dismiss hearing November 25th via Zoom. So since it's in Florida, I'm going to assume it's open to the public. So I'm going to call the clerk's office because I'm such a legal nerd to see if I can get access to this exciting
Well, can you
motion
explain to us
hearing.
what the lawsuit's about before you get ahead of yourself?
Oh, we have talked about it, but for those who haven't watched the previous episodes, Harvey, as power of attorney, has sued Charlie's former friend and business partner, Alex Berkovich, over some sort of small apartment complex that the two of them are partners in. So he's saying that Alex has kind of taken over the whole control of the property and won't give him any details about the finances. So he wants to force a partition, force a sale of the property as well as an accounting. So is that something you're familiar with, Vince?
I am, and it is interesting because we haven't really seen any civil lawsuits involving any of the murders, right?
No, there have been civil suits because I guess you didn't watch all my content, my wonderful content about
I'm talking
Charlie.
because of the murders, wrongful death.
Huh?
Civil
Wrongful death. No,
Yeah.
no, people keep asking about that also, but I don't think that's not a priority of Dan Markel's parents. This is just my opinion. I don't think it's their priority because they always wanted to sort of maintain decent relations so that they could see the grandchildren. So they don't care about getting money from a civil suit. So
It is
plus-
interesting though, because I don't know if the statute of limitations has run. I don't know if it's told, which means extended, but the Markels, on behalf of their son, would have the right to sue whomever killed them. And that would involve accessing the Adelson funds, in particular Donna's own assets, assuming she has any, in her own name. So it's something probably that could be done. And Charlie too, obviously, if he has any assets. The only thing is Florida has very strict laws with regard to real estate protection. Most of your money, if it's in a bona fide homestead, your house can't be touched by judgments.
Yeah. That's why Oche went to Florida, right?
That's why most people do. Yeah.
Yeah. And plus, I do want to spotlight this small YouTube channel. I think he actually has more than 100 subscribers now. Well, that's great. Yeah.
Yeah, the name of the channel is Sexy Sanford FBI, if you want to subscribe to it.
What? Okay. No, let's just flash this up real fast to help the guy. So it's called Bankruptcy with Ben. He's a bankruptcy attorney in New York, Ben Hirschhorn, and he finally got a sort of viral video. It started showing up on YouTube for me today.
Me too. And I said, look at this guy. If anyone screams Italian, it's this guy.
Really? He looks Italian?
What, you can't tell? I mean, from the name.
I don't know. Okay, you tell me. Yeah. So he gives a good explanation. It's kind of a little long-winded, so you get to the meat of it after the 6-minute mark. So it is kind of like a, indecisive type of conclusion. But he says just because Donna probably put her stuff into trust, it doesn't mean it could be completely free from being seized for restitution, because there is that, Fraudulent Transfer Act or unfair fraudulent transfer.
It's fraudulent transfers.
Statute.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the thing. It's not necessarily when people hear fraud, it doesn't matter about Donna's fraud, but it's when she knew that the actual action could have occurred and then transferred money away. So once she knew, assuming she was a part of this plot and she's been convicted of it now, then any transfer she made to trust could potentially be undone via that particular statute. Mm-hmm. But I'm going to get into this next week when we do our show, and and it's time for us to leave, but I'm going to find that guy that Judy was next to.
Nobody cares. Just focus on the Dan Markel case or true crime or something. I don't think anyone cares about some guy I sat next to at some CLE back in 2003.
Yeah. No one cares about a guy that you sat down next to, yet was so attracted to physically that you would have slept with him on that particular night had he asked. No one cares about that.
No, nobody cares, even if it were true. Okay, Vince likes to embellish and lie and tell stories and embarrass people. So I'm sure people are getting to know you, so they don't really trust what you say, right? Yeah,
that's true.
Okay,
all right. I'll see everyone next week.
Vince. Okay, see you next.
Bye, Miss Judy.
Okay,
see you next Tuesday, Miss Judy.
Thank you. Have a good evening.